In a small village nestled between green hills and a slow-moving river, there lived an old potter named Anandu. For 50 years, he had shaped clay with his hands, and his cups, bowls, and vases were known throughout the region, not because they were flawless, but because they held a warmth that machine-made pottery never could. Ananda had one apprentice, a boy named Kiran, who had come to him 3 years earlier, restless, eager, and always in a hurry to be good enough. Kiran believed that mastery meant perfection. Every cup he made that came out slightly uneven, he would smash and start again. One autumn morning, Kiran was cleaning the shelves when he knocked over one of his own cups. A simple one, plain white clay, nothing special. It hit the stone floor, and a thin crack ran from the rim down to the base. Kiran's stomach sank. He picked it up carefully, half expecting it to fall apart in his hands. He carried it to Anandu, who was sitting outside in the morning sun, sipping tea. "Master," Kiran said, holding out the broken cup like an apology, "I dropped it. It's ruined. Should I throw it in the bin?" Ananda set down his tea. He took the cup from Kiran's hands and turned it slowly, letting the light catch the thin crack running through it. He said nothing for a long moment, long enough that Kiran began to feel foolish for even asking. Finally, Ananda stood. "Come with me." He led Kiran to the back of his workshop, to a shelf Kiran had never been allowed to touch. On it sat a small wooden box. Inside was a fine brush and a pot of gold lacquer, the kind Ananda used only for his most important pieces. "What are you doing?" Kiran asked. "I am going to fix it," Ananda said, "but not in the way you think." He dipped the brush into the gold lacquer and, with slow, steady strokes, began tracing the crack in the cup. He didn't try to hide it. He didn't sand it down or disguise it. He filled it, let the gold sit directly inside the break, so that when the light hit it, the crack seemed to glow. Kiran watched in silence, unsure what to say. When Anandu finished, he held the cup up between them. The plain white cup Kiran had once considered worthless now had a shimmering vein of gold running through it, like a small river of light frozen in the clay. "This is called kintsugi," Ananda said, "an old way of repairing broken things, not by hiding the break, but by making it beautiful, by honoring it." Kiran took the cup back into his hands. It felt heavier now, somehow not in weight but in meaning. "But master," he said, "why go through all this trouble? You could have just thrown away, and I could have made a new one in an hour." Ananda sat back down and picked up his tea again. "Because a new cup has no story, Kiran. This one broke and survived. The gold does not pretend the crack never happened. It says, this happened, and still I am here. Still I hold water. Still I am useful. Still I am beautiful." He looked at his apprentice, who had spent 3 years smashing every imperfect thing he made. "You think a crack makes something worthless, but I have lived 50 years, and I can tell you, it is not the crack that ruins a person or a cup. It is what you choose to do with it afterward. Hide it in shame, and it festers. Fill it with gold, and it becomes the most honest, most beautiful part of you." Kiran looked down at the cup in his hands, at the thin golden line running through it like a small, hard-won victory. From that day forward, Kiran stopped smashing his imperfect work. Instead, he began to study his mistakes, the small warps, the uneven edges, the tiny cracks that appear in the kiln. And slowly, cup by cup, his pottery began to change. It became less about chasing an impossible perfection and more about honesty, about letting his hands tell the truth of what had happened to the clay. Years later, when Kiran had his own workshop and his own apprentices, he kept that first cracked cup on a shelf by his window, where the morning light would catch the gold each day. He never sold it. He never gave it away. Whenever a young apprentice came to him, discouraged by a mistake, ashamed of flaw, convinced that something broken was something ruined, Kiran would take down that cup and tell them the story of the day. He learned that we are not measured by whether we break. We are measured by what we choose to fill the crack with. Moral: your wounds, your failures, your broken places, they are not proof that you are ruined. They are proof that you survived something. Don't hide your cracks. Fill them with gold.